There are a number of reasons that people relapse, but a big one is that they don't have a lot of opportunities while they're in treatment to practice the skills that they're learning. And then they also don't have a community to go back to because you finish treatment and you can't go back and hang out with the friends that were using. So what do you do?
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Grow Healthy Help People podcast, a podcast that Acordis puts on. We love talking to our nonprofit leaders and learning about all the amazing things they're doing in their community and around the world to make a difference. Today, I am here with Leslie from Strides in Recovery. How are you doing today?
Oh, very good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. Tell us where you're calling in from.
I am in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, California. Oh, beautiful. So tell me, before we get into everything that Strides in Recovery does, tell me a little bit about how you got here. What led you to leading a nonprofit? Did you always imagine you would be, or did this just kind of pop up out of nowhere and now you're just doing it?
No, I was getting to the end of my professional career and looking at retirement, and I said, I want to do something that's meaningful and something
Yeah.
that keeps my brain engaged and something that keeps me connected to the community.
Love it.
And at the time, I was coaching a team to do the LA Marathon, and the team was clients and alumni at a residential addiction treatment program in
Yeah.
LA. And people would so often say to me, like, this training for the marathon taught me I'm stronger than I thought, that
Yeah.
I can do whatever I put my mind to. I love being part of something. And since I
Yes.
had this long corporate background, I thought, well, I should start a nonprofit that brings running programs to more addiction treatment programs. So
That's incredible.
this is now what I do in
Took the leap.
retirement.
That's incredible. I love that so much that you just went for it. That's so great. So how long have you been running?
Oh, me since I was 15. So
Wow.
gosh, 50 years.
That's incredible though. I mean, that's so awesome that you've been doing this almost basically your whole life and now you're using it to help others. That's awesome. So tell us about Strides in Recovery. How do you guys work? What are your programs like? What's the operations?
Sure. Well, let me start by telling you what the problem is that we are here to
Absolutely.
solve. Um, Somewhere between 40 and 60% of people who complete an addiction treatment program relapse within the first year. And yeah, I was pretty surprised to learn that too. And that's the problem that we're trying to solve. And there are a number of reasons that people relapse, but a big one is that they don't have a lot of opportunities while they're in treatment to practice the skills that they're learning. And then they also don't have a community to go back to because you finish treatment and you can't go back and hang out with the friends that were using. So what do you do? So we use running and it can be walking too. Like it was a deliberate choice to call this Strides in Recovery and not running so that it's more inclusive. But there's so much about training for a group toward a challenging goal that really is a metaphor for life. So we're giving people a tool that helps rebuild self-confidence. It teaches life skills like take a giant goal and break it down into small steps. If something is hard, ask your friends for support. If you get up and work hard at something every day, eventually you get to your goal. And then we're a whole community because we serve treatment programs all throughout Los Angeles County and we bring people together for events, all of our different teams. And then we encourage people when they finish treatment, like, please stay on with us. You're welcome to be a volunteer. You're welcome to come back and do events, get involved in whatever way you can. So now people have this healthy, sober community that they can join.
I love that so much. That's incredible. So I'm guessing, you see people, I'm assuming from all ages, from young to older to, I'm guessing it's all across the board in your
Um,
programs.
Adults, we don't work with youth, but
Right. Yes.
right, from 18 up, yes.
Wow. That's awesome. So when they're in your program, you said you have specific events for Strides in Recovery. So are they mostly like 5Ks, things like that you guys offer?
So we kind of achieve this goal in three different ways. One is that our coaches go out to the addiction treatment programs every week, maybe one, two, or three times a week, depending on what that treatment provider wants. And we lead weekly runs there. Then every month, there are events out in the community, and we encourage our participants in our program to go. And if the treatment provider is able to make that happen and provide the transportation to the event, they get to run in, it's typically 5Ks and 10Ks. And then for the clients who finish treatment and they're out on their own, we have teams that train for half marathons and full marathons, so people can join that. And then we know that finances is often a barrier when people first are rebuilding their lives. Going out and spending 40 or $50 on a 5K when you're still trying to find money for rent is, that makes it a problem. So we host these free events that people can join. So we have one like where you start in a park, you run down to the beach, you go 4 miles along the beach bike path, and the run ends at an AA meeting that takes place on the sand. So we do fun stuff like that. We do a hike up to the famous Hollywood sign that you see in all the pictures. Yep, we hike right up to that, or we get up to the very top of the mountain, then you can look down and see the backs of the letters. So we do all these things, and it's totally free. So we offer ways for people that are in treatment to connect, and then people who are in our community and have finished treatment, they can always come back and volunteer. And then for people who are just in the recovery and um, or supporters of recovery, they can certainly join as volunteers. They can come to our events. They can bring their
Yes.
friends. So
Yes.
we're
And that
basically
was
that.
gonna Yeah, well, that was gonna be my next question, and I think that's awesome. So, do you see a lot of people who go through all the way through your program and get back involved with your program as far as like supporting others and like volunteering, or you know, do you see them come out on the other side and then want to give back themselves?
Yes, absolutely. So we encourage them when they finish treatment, come back and be a volunteer
Yeah,
as an assistant coach. And for those people that show up consistently, as soon as a head coach position opens up, which is a paid position, the first
yeah,
people we turn to are our program graduates. And I would
I love
say
that.
probably three-quarters of our staff is people who have gone through our program. So
That's
absolutely.
incredible. That's incredible. I love that it's a full circle. Like they get true help from the very beginning all the way to possibly bring in an income and doing something they're passionate about that, you've brought into their lives. It's so incredible. So, do you see a lot of challenges running strides in recovery? What has been your biggest barriers in doing this?
Um, I mean, there are always challenges.
Yeah, it's a
So,
loaded question because there truly are so many when running a nonprofit, I know.
um, I think the biggest challenge for me personally was when I started this, I didn't have a clear vision of where it was
Mhm.
going to go or if the idea would even work. So when I
Yeah.
first started, it was like, hey, I'll go out and coach a couple teams. And
Yes.
then it was like, oh, I've got so many teams, I can't coach them all. So I better hire some coaches. And then it
Yeah.
became, well, I have so many coaches that I need to have a program director and we should be out there doing social media and we need an events coordinator.
Yes.
And gee, we need to make all these people employees. So now we need HR. And I'm on that
Right.
path of turning this in from, oh, here's just this idea I
From
had
an
to,
idea. Yep.
oh, yeah, like this is a nonprofit that runs itself and will be
Yes.
still going on long after I'm able to be
Absolutely.
involved. And
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think a lot of people, it's called a nonprofit, but it is a business
oh,
in the sense
absolutely.
that you have to run as a business. If you're watching this and you're a nonprofit leader, if you started a nonprofit, that is how they always start, with an idea, with just this passion and this vision and an excitement to change the world in some sort of way. And then you get in it and you realize, oh, I need accounting, I need marketing, I need communication, I need all of these things,
Yep.
and so it's almost like you work backwards. And so, I do want to throw out there though that one thing a Cordis can do if you're watching this and you're a nonprofit leader We can actually help with all of those things on the back end. We help nonprofits from all over the world with their back end office work. We can do anything from accounting to marketing, social media, um, website design and development, database, CRM. We love helping with all of it. So if you need help in that area, please reach out to us. Our website will be at the end of this podcast episode. So how long has Strides in Recovery been operating now?
8 years.
8 years. So what do you see as 5, 10 years down the road? What is your vision? Do you see it going further outside of the area you're working in now? Do you have, goals that you're reaching for right now?
We plan to stay within Los Angeles
Okay.
County, and that was actually one of the decisions that we made fairly early on. Do we
Yeah.
try to spread the program all over the place so it's, I guess you could say, wide and not deep, or do
Right.
we stay in a smaller community and really build, not that LA is a
Compete.
small community, but stay in a one area and build deeper roots? And we
Yes, I love
chose
that.
to stay in the LA area and build deeper roots. And the way
Yes.
I look at this now is that there are three types of groups that we serve. So we
Okay.
started out by only focusing on clients who were currently in treatment. And then the circle expanded to say, how can we do more to keep our alumni
Mm.
connected? And then as we started doing that, we started getting interest from, I think of it as being the third circle of other people in the recovery community that, hey, my friend is going to this Strides and Recovery event. Can I go too? So I look
Yes,
at it and say, well, let's serve more treatment providers. Let's build more connections with our alumni, and let's
absolutely.
open the program up and have more offerings for anybody who wants to support recovery.
Yeah, I love that. So on that note, I well, first I just want to say what you guys do is absolutely incredible. I love the program. I think it's amazing how far it has expanded and grown in 8 years, and you're doing incredible work. And I believe a lot of other people can really resonate with this because so many people know someone or related to someone in some sort of way that um, is going through addiction and is working towards recovery. And so, how can people help you? How can people donate? How can people get involved if they're in the area? How do they do that?
So I knew you were going to ask this question, so I've got three
Wonderful. I
different
love it.
ways that I want to talk about. Um, One is a huge one. We have about 1,300 people go through our program every year. Most of them are coming off the streets, or they may be coming directly from prison. They A lot of them don't have a decent pair of running shoes, so we really, really need donated shoes. And they don't have to be perfect, brand new. All we ask is that keep the laces in, keep the soles in, and nothing with holes through them. But we literally get boxes of shoes mailed to us. If you're in LA or in Southern California and you want to organize a shoe drive, we will happily come and pick up the shoes. Uh, so that's one, is the shoes. Of course, there's always, make a donation. So the donation link is on our website. The third one would be, if you're in the Southern California area in Los Angeles County, then come and run with us or walk with us. You don't have to be a runner. You can walk. We have people at all levels of fitness, and we have 25 to 30 groups meet every single week all over LA County. So there is probably something that works for your schedule that's a reasonable distance from where you live.
That's
And then the
incredible.
fourth one, I know I said three, but I meant four,
Throw in a
um,
bonus.
is if are connected to organizations that might want
Yeah.
to partner with us, then we can create these win-win kind of relationships, because
Yes.
we can offer a tremendous amount of market visibility to the corporations that are partnering with us.
Absolutely.
We're well connected in
Yes.
the recovery community. We're well connected in the um, recovery community. We've got a large presence on social media. And given that addiction is something that affects 1 in 3 families,
Yeah.
the corporation can be taking an active role in solving a problem that probably affects a
Absolutely.
third of their staff.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's incredible. So, guys, if you're watching this, I encourage you to give. We're going to have their website at the end of this show. Please go check them out. If you're not in the area, but this resonates with you, consider donating to them, consider sponsoring them, because when you do that, you're truly helping someone. Re- with their recovery. And I think that is so important. And so, if this resonates with you, please do that. If you are in the area, reach out to them. They would love to have you volunteer with them, walk with them, run with them. And then, like she said, corporations, man, it's so true. Like what a difference businesses can make when they get involved in their communities. It's truly impactful. And I love to see businesses get involved in local nonprofits because I think it just makes a world of a difference. So if you're interested, please visit their website. I know they'd love to hear from you. Um, Thank you so much for sharing with us today and telling us all about what you guys do. Again, I love the mission. I love what you stand for, and I really appreciate you talking to me today.
Well, pleasure to be here, and thank you for helping us spread the word.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, we will see you next time.